Good morning and welcome to Requirements Management through Assumption Guarantee Contracts. Today, we'll see a short introduction to the reuse company and myself. Also, we'll see the problem description and solution description, how we solve this problem in our perspective. And finally, question and answer. Since 1999, the reuse company started to the natural language processing to give to the engineering, software engineering, the analysis of quality analysis requirements. So now we change a little bit to a new perspective to help the engineer in more in their stuff. My name is Marin Priala, and this is my contact if you need something. And I'm working from the reuse company as a software engineer and a project developer. So let's start with the problem description. First of all, what is assumption guarantee contract? Assumption guarantee contract is a mix of two perspectives. The first one, requirements paradigm, the traditional requirements that we have, and the second one is the communication paradigm. So we mix these both perspectives and we get the assumption guarantee contracts. In the requirement paradigm, we have the warranty because we focus only to what the delivering entity will deliver. So here is the need. In large organization, the efficient communication between teams is a big challenge. Building it right is tricky, but finding out what is right to build is trickier. So the present paradigm, requirements paradigm, capturing requirements represent only one direction in the communication. Focus in what the delivering entity will deliver, not in what the receiver entity needs. So if we mix these two, we have a mixed perspective and we change the focus to the interface. So the need is to have a requirements paradigm to allow for capture and assumption as well as traditional requirements, the warranty. And we expect to digitalize the assumption guarantee contracts as requirements and fulfill this approach, and also have the opportunity to underline the reasoning and check if they are fulfillment correct. So let's see, in the left side, we have the traditional requirements paradigm, okay? And in the right side is the communication, let's see, the interface focus. So if we see here, the first component say that will give an output that the quality factor will be greater than 0.8. But the second component expect the quality factor will be greater than 0.7 in the 95% of the time. At the simple view, we don't have problem here. All is okay. But we focus here in the interface in the 95% of the time, what that means. What happened in the 5% of the time, in the rest of the 5% of the time? What happened if we receive less than 0.7? So this is what we try to capture to fulfill and resolve. In the solution description, we implement a meta model on top of Rhapsody. This implementation comes in the Embrace project, European project. So at the first implementation that we done in Rhapsody 9, IBM Rhapsody 9.0 is a contract that is composed by an assumption and a guarantee. The contract, assumption, and the guarantee are requirements in SysML. So we put some kind of properties in the contract and another in the assumption and guarantee. So this means that we have a contract that will have an assumption and a guarantee that the user can fulfill, and we can digitalize it. This assumption and guarantee are traced with blocks, with components in the real system or physical system. So we have the guarantee, that is the requirements paradigm, traditional requirement paradigm, and we have the assumption that is focused on the interface. This is what we have in the contract. In the contract also we have the properties to analyze automatic evaluation of the contract if we fulfill the assumption and the guarantee in the same time, and if there is no problem. As said, the race company have this implementation from natural language processing and check the quality of the requirements. So we can apply this automatically in the assumption and the guarantee. Also, the user can provide a manual verdict saying if it's fulfilling or not, if the contract passed partially, failed, or is unchecked. Okay, and also for the verdict rationale can fulfill the user saying it's not passed because we detect that the quality factor is not the correct for the block one and so on. Also, the case that we have is we can have a contract that only have the warranty, but not the assumption, or we have the assumption but not the guarantee. So this is the solution that we implement and digitalize from the this perspective of assumption guarantee contract. The SES Engineering Studio, the tool that we are developing, connect to Rhapsody, extract all the information, and also extract and digitalize this contract assumption and guarantee. Let's see a short demo. So the implementation that we make at this level is a plugin inside of Rhapsody of the SES Engineering Studio. So if we open IBM Rhapsody, open a project in Rhapsody, we can see that we don't have requirements here. If we open the plugin, create a connection, and extract all the information, we can digitalize these assumption guarantee contracts from SES Engineering Studio. So in this part, we have the SES Engineering Studio connected to the Rhapsody, and we extract all the information from Rhapsody, and we have all the information here representing in the same way that Rhapsody represent. All this information is new in our side in the ontology, so we can manage and store this information inside us and apply quality analysis, traceability, and verification and validation. So as we can see, we have 3 zones here. The first one is a tree list view that we can see the same thing in Rhapsody, and in the middle and in the right, the properties and the elements. We have an option to see a user interface specific designed for their assumption guarantee contracts where we in this user interface we can manage and digitalize the assumption guarantee contracts. When we create a contract, assumption guarantee contract, we create the both part, the assumption and also the guarantee. But this doesn't mean that the user can remove one of this element. So here we can see in the right part that we have the contract, the assumption and the guarantee that we can fulfill, and also the properties that we have. And also in the Rhapsody, in the left part, we can see that is created directly the assumption and guarantee contract. So this is all for my side. If there are some questions.
No questions.
Okay, I have one to think regarding this part. Is this one, what happened when we change this, the requirement here, and what expect the assumption in the other part? We see that is not fulfilling very well. So this in the European project in Embrace give us a different perspective. So in the future, we can have a contract that may or can have a lot of assumption and a lot of guarantee in the same contract. So this meta model, we are studying to change it in the future to allow more than one assumption in the contract and more than one guarantee in the same contract, because one component can have different outputs and different inputs, but regarding with the same thing, the same part of the contract.
We have a question here.
Yes.
Can I use other tools like requirements indoors and components in Cameo?
No, for the assumption guarantee contracts today, but we are studying to enable this implementation indoors and also in Cameo. But only a little thing. This assumption and guarantee contract is specific for SysML. So all the tools that implement or is based on SysML, we can apply it in the future.
Thank you.
Okay, if we don't have more questions, we will have the next webinar on 28th November and 1st of December. That is the configuration management with the system engineering studio from a tool-centric to a life cycle wide approach. And also, you can see all the videos that we have in the YouTube. Here you have the our channel to see all the webinars that we made. Thank you very much for your attendance, and we'll see you in the next webinar. Thank you. Bye bye.